자, 오리엔트 특급살인 3회차 이어서 하겠습니다. 어제 그 2회차까지 딱 했을 때 원작 소설 제가 조금 찾아봤거든요. 좀 찾아봤는데 그 실제 원작에서도 어서오세요. 실제 원작에서도 그 12명이 전부 다 그 공범이라고 하더라고. 그래서 나는 약간 이 게임에서 좀 그 12명 전부 다 공범인 거는 각색한 게 아닐까 싶었는데, 그거는 원래 원작에서도 진짜 12명이 공범이라고 했고, 그리고 이제 그 뭐지, 나중에 이제 추후에 그 의사가 콘스탄틴 그 의사가 이제 몸에서 13번째 자상이 발견됐다 했죠. 그리고 이제 라쳇이 만나기로 한 그 또 다른 수상하게 여기는 인물, 이를 추적하는 과정이 또 추가로 이어졌는데, 아마 여기서부터가 이제 게임의 추가적인 각색인 것 같아요. 이 열차 내에서 일어난 살인사건까지는 원작 소설 그대로였고, 이제 이 뒤에 이어지는 스토리가 각색이다. 어제 그 마지막에 그 무슨 쪽지 찾는 거, 나 그거는 진짜 모르겠더라. 그거는 어떻게 하다 보니까 힌트를 볼 수밖에 없었는데, 이게 어떻게 될지 그렇게 좀 어려운 거 나오면은, 길찾기 이런 거 나오면 좀 힘들 것 같아, 오늘도. 내가 최대한 좀 힌트 없이 풀어보도록 하는데, 너무 전 굽는 것 같으면은 좀 힌트를 도움을 빌리는 그런 느낌으로 가보자. 베니스에 도착해서 이제 열차팀 상황이네요. 북.
Here you are at last. I was worried about you.
We just left the police station. We had to explain to the Italian police that we were not murderers.
What? Another murder?
I'll tell you when we're underway. Are all passengers and staff aboard?
Yes, everyone is here. We were waiting for you.
Excellent. Let's not waste any more time. We have to make a longer than usual stop in Lausanne.
What? How long?
Long enough to do a little banking in Geneva.
근데 나는 어쨌든 공범이잖아, 12명 다. 한 번씩 진짜 그 라쳇 몸에 칼 한 번씩 찌는 들이잖아. 나는 열차에서 무서워서 못 있을 것 같아.
But this is madness. A 13th murderer of Ratchet?
Mon ami, he was not well liked.
But Monsieur Michel would have seen anyone enter Ratchet's compartment. And there were another 10 people milling about, taking their turn at stabbing him. How could they not notice an uninvited killer?
벌써 난관. 거짓 진술 때문일까? 아니면 거짓 진술 때문이겠죠?
Pierre Michel's testimony is, of course, false. He was actively involved in the murder plot. I must know his real movements to understand when our 13th murderer could have acted undetected.
근데 제가 중간중간에 얘네들은 왜 이렇게 위증을 처하는 거야, 그렇게 좀 화가 났었는데, 알고 보니까 다 범인이니까 다 위증한 거였어. 그렇게 생각하니까 이제 그게 좀 악의가 맞는 것 같아. 열차 있지 않을까?
Yes, he most certainly returned to the train.
How can you be sure?
It's obvious. I mean, I hope Mr. Poirot agrees.
Please continue, Detective Locke.
2번일까 3번일까?
All the passengers and crew are still aboard. If the killer of Mr. Wadi had remained in Venice, we would have noticed right away that someone was missing, and we could have alerted the authorities.
I promise you, I made certain everyone was aboard before we embarked.
Book, calm yourself.
Calm myself? But we're back where we started. There is still another murderer on my train. Wait a moment. Can I change my mind about my verdict? Can we turn everyone over to the police?
Everyone? Including ourselves?
What? No. No. It's a nightmare.
Let us take it
a
step by step,
nightmare.
my friend. We can start by eliminating all of the members of the Ratchet jury.
12명을 지어봅시다. 아니죠? 몇 명이야? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 오케이.
My little gray cells did not. If we eliminate the 12 jurors, we are left with 7 additional suspects.
7? It's still too many.
I agree. We must reduce our list.
Excuse my impatience, Poirot. It's as if my beautiful train is cursed. Can you exonerate any of the 7?
아니죠?
Great. Book worked hard to get me aboard the train. He is definitely not a suspect.
설마 이게 또 반전 아니겠지?
Adequate. Mademoiselle Locke cannot be a suspect. She pursued Mr. Waddy's murderer.
아, 얘도 좀 애매한데 얘 그 뭐지? 시체 그거 하려고 경찰에 불려갔다 했거든요. 그 시체 조사하는 거 추가로 하려고.
Yes. Dr. Constantine alerted me to the 13th stab wound. He is
그럴
not
수도
a
있지.
suspect. Et voilà. I have 4 suspects left who I must now examine more closely. Miss Nielsen, Monsieur Maury, Monsieur Fauché, and Countess Andrény.
One of my employees? Suspicious?
All 3 got off the train in Venice to restock supplies. Any one of them might have slipped away without being noticed.
I suppose. But what of Countess Andrény? You cleared her yourself.
She is cleared of the first murder, but we know little of her movements here in Venice, so we still have 4 suspects to interview. Detective Locke?
I can't join you, Poirot. My chief saw something on the news about the case and my involvement. He's demanding an explanation. If I want to keep my badge, I have to call him.
이거 어쩔 수
Then
없네.
you must do so by all means.
I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I understand.
Not need to
I'll make the call for my
apologize.
compartment. If you're looking for me, I'll be there.
I hate to say this, Poirot, but I must. There is, of course, one other suspect with a motive for murder. The ransom money.
You mean Detective Locke? Then who did she chase? Who killed Aziz? We both saw the masked murderer standing over the body.
아, 얘는 갑자기 왜 저 형사 의심하는 거야? 일단은 그 백작이랑 직원들 신문하러 가야 되는데, 아 근데 직원들은 이렇게 동기가 좀 불충분하지 않아? 아니 뭐 얘랑 친했는데 이제
Ah, Michel. I have a few more questions to ask
아니
you.
우리 또
if
모르는
you
뭔가
allow.
인과관계가 있다던가.
Anything, Monsieur Poirot. We are in your debt.
Please tell me your movements when we were stopped at Venice Station.
Once the compartments were cleaned and the linen refreshed, I stayed in my quarters.
Did you notice anything special? Comings and goings?
Monsieur Bouc had asked everyone to stay in their compartments. I would occasionally walk the train to ensure everyone was comfortable. Oh, I saw Monsieur Maury was all alone loading his crates of provisions. A
Alone?
great chef like that, reduced to petty labor, I would have helped him. But Monsieur Bouc had ordered me not to leave the train for any reason. So, Monsieur Maury was forced to labor alone.
그럼 나머지 둘은 뭐였어?
Let us review the actual timeline of the night of Ratchet's murder, not the one manufactured to hide your crime.
I left the train in Minkowski for a smoke. Then I resumed my post. That was the truth. The train departed on schedule. But then, of course, an avalanche of snow blocked the tracks. At 12:45, Madame Hubbard and I met in her compartment to discuss how to adapt our plan.
Due to the snow and Poirot.
The little play we had staged for you had to be rewritten. I left her compartment at approximately 1:15.
Then the curtain went up. Calls in the night, the red kimono, all for my benefit.
And all for nothing, as it turned out.
Do not blame yourself, Michel. I am the theater critic no playwright wants to see in the audience.
아니 실제 소설에서 이렇게 이 주인공 이렇게 자존감이 높은가? 그럴만해 근데. 그럴만해. 또 멀미하는 거야?
Doctor, I need to question Countess Andrény.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mr. Poirot. The Countess had an anxiety attack when we arrived in Venice. She was terrified the police would come for her and her husband, despite how you concluded your investigation. I had to give her a sedative. She has been sleeping since.
그렇군요.
You have stayed with her all the time we were in Venice?
Count Andrény begged me to watch over her. I have not left this room.
You're the reason she's in this state.
Book voted to absolve you all. I accepted his verdict.
I told her. I tried to reason with her. What she has already suffered, the strain of these last few days, it was too much.
I understand, Count. It's quite all right. I have the answers I came for.
와 진짜 이 양아치 새끼 아니야 저거? 어? 말 맞춰줘가지고 너네는 살인범 너네도 같이 찔렀는데 너네는 다 조용히 하고 있으라고 하고 저 뭐지? 저 미셸만 넣는 걸로 합의 봐줬는데 이거를 갑자기 나한테 나 때문이라고 이렇게 욕한다고? 넌 진짜 이거 얘는 진짜 사람 됨댕이가 안 됐다 넌 진짜 넌 그렇게만 하면 안 돼. 뭐야 이거 아래에도 이런 아래는 못 봤었는데 근데 더 볼 건 없겠죠? 방금 내가 뭐 수염 자국을 잠깐 본 것 같은 그런 느낌적인 느낌을 받는데 아닌가? 이봐 있었잖아.
Another golden mustache to treasure.
이거지. 직원들 보러 갑시다. 뭐야 피아노 너가 쓰는 거였어?
You play well. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Thank you. Many years of piano lessons thanks to my mother. I try to play in a few clubs in Paris when I get the chance, but as you can see, it hasn't made me rich. What can I do for you?
Conversation only. Tell me about your time in Venice.
I had Monsieur Book's permission to see my sister. She lives in Marghera, just outside of Venice. She had a baby a few weeks ago. This was my first chance to meet my new nephew.
Monsieur Book gave you permission?
Yes, you can ask him.
Most
부크야, 왜 말 안 했어,
assuredly,
이거?
I will. What time did you leave and when did you return?
I left around 9-10 p.m. I was back by 10:45 p.m. When I got back, Hotaru was in a lot of pain. I gave him a back massage.
That would have been enough time to kill Monsieur Wadi and return to the train. May I see your knives?
Of course, they are here.
If you don't mind.
Help yourself. They are under the bar counter.
Tell me again about your poker game the night of the murder.
It's a regular game to help relax after a long day. Let's see, we started around 11 p.m. We took a short break in Vinkovsky, Hotaru, Pierre and I. The game finished up around 2 a.m. We'd all had quite a bit to drink. Yes, I left for about 10 minutes to refrigerate champagne for the next day. That must have been around 1 a.m.
그렇군요. 근데 이거 부크가 그걸 허락해줬다고? 왜 말을 안 해 걔는? 아래 칼 있다 했죠.
None of these come close to the wounds on either body.
안에는 없고 별거. 주방에 있으려나? 순간 또 황금수염인 줄. 야 부크야 너 아까 쟤 허락해줬다고 말을 안 해.
You told Fauché he could go into Venice?
Marghera, actually. Not so far away. It was his only chance to see his sister. He's been working every train for weeks. There is never time to see the new baby.
Enough, Book. Your heart does you credit, but your common sense, it...
I know. But it's fine. Isn't it? He did come back.
Oh, it's fine, as you say. Unless he saw the baby, then killed someone else and returned to the train.
But that's monstrous.
Murder
Monstrous.
is always monstrous, my friend.
Monsters. 잠시만요. 갑자기 코가 나왔어. 죄송합니다. 나머지 두 직원도 한번 얘기해보러 갑시다. 근데 얘는 혼자 그 집 나갔다고 했었어가지고 아닌 것 같긴 한데.
Good evening, Monsieur Mori. May I have a moment of your time? I have a few questions to ask you.
Of course.
Of
as long
course.
as you don't mind if dinner is ruined.
I promise to be as brief as possible. What did you do while we were stopped in Venice?
With Freya's help, I loaded fresh produce for the next part of our journey. Then, you may not believe this, but my job requires a lot of physical labor. My back suffers. Fortunately, John has become quite adept at separating my vertebrae.
아 발음이 아주 진짜 재밌어. 아 일본 출신이라는 컨셉 때문에.
As you may know, I have solved the murder of Monsieur Ratchet.
That is a shame.
I beg your pardon?
The bastard sent my steak tartar back, telling John I was to burn it.
I will add it to the list of his crimes. One wound on Monsieur Ratchet's body was struck by a very sharp, thin-bladed knife. We haven't found it yet.
You think one of mine was used?
I'd like to have a look if you don't mind.
In that drawer.
오!
An impressive set of knives. But their blades are too wide to have been used for the crime.
아 약간 그 송곳처럼 생긴 칼이 있어야 되는데 그게 없었구나.
Tell me about your poker game the night of the murder.
We started around 11 p.m. When John finished his shift. We played until around 2 a.m. From what I remember, it's a bit vague.
You played without a break.
Actually, we did break once for a smoke. John, Pierre, and I. When we stopped in Vinkovsky.
When was that?
Around midnight?
뭐야 뭐 얘기 더 끝났어? 뭐야 이거? 아페라노.
Saffron.
아 사프란.
Must be worth a small fortune.
다른 별다른 특이점은 없어 보이네요. 그 파티시아는 어디 있으려나? 방에는
The box is secured by some sort of locking mechanism. The design is formed by 3 commas. What is the word in Japanese?
사륜아?
Tomoe. And it's obviously missing a piece.
아 그래 토모에라고 해? 사륜아 아니야 사륜아? 사륜간? 창고에 있나? 아 여기 있네. Hey girl.
Good evening, Mademoiselle Nielsen. May I talk to you for a moment?
Of course, Mr. Poirot. I'm not going to bed right away.
Can you tell me your movements while we were stopped in Venice?
That'll be easy. I didn't move much at all. Let's see. I helped Hotaru load all of the food crates aboard the train. Hotaru had everything he needed, but I realized they forgot half of my order. I spent over an hour on the phone with the supplier without success. I had to change the dessert menu for tomorrow.
와, 야, 이거 절반 넘게 알았다고? 너무 문제 많은 거 아니야?
Dr. Constantine found a stab wound on Ratchet's body that was caused by a much thinner and sharper blade than the others.
Possibly a chef's knife?
My thought precisely.
And you'd like to see my knives?
If you wouldn't mind.
I would gladly show you if I had any, but I don't. I use the regular kitchen knives. You may search if you don't believe me.
I see.
All the knives the staff use are in the kitchen or in the lounge, except...
Except
Hotaru prefers to use his own.
Monsieur Mori doesn't use the kitchen knives?
Not usually. I know he keeps a set of traditional Japanese knives in a box in his room. He doesn't let anyone else use them. Although now that I think of it, he has been using the kitchen knives lately.
그걸 까봐야겠네, 그러면.
Can you tell me exactly about your poker game the night
상가를?
of the murder?
We started around 11 p.m. In Vinkovsky, we took a short break. Hotaru and Pierre went outside to smoke. Oh, and Hotaru got sick around a few minutes past 1 a.m. 1:10 a.m. maybe? He spent about 15 minutes in the bathroom, but he didn't want to quit on a losing streak.
Did his luck improve?
No, so we played to around 2 a.m. He lost every hand.
I've talked to everyone, but some elements of the testimonies do not seem to correspond. I need to recheck a few things. Remind me of what you did when the train stopped in Venice.
No problem. I helped Hotaru load all of the food crates aboard the train. Hotaru had everything he needed, but I realized they forgot half of my order. I spent over an hour on the phone with the supplier, without success. I had to change the dessert menu for tomorrow.
뭐야, 여기도 구라가 있어? 설마 1시간 넘게 정찰 안 했나?
She may be telling the truth, but I cannot be certain. Mademoiselle, I believe you're hiding the truth from me.
What makes you say that?
Monsieur Mori was loading crates of food on the train.
Yes, I helped him. You can ask him yourself.
It's true. Monsieur
아,
Mori
그래?
told me that Miss Nielsen
아,
did help.
그러니까 나 누군지 모르겠는데 포시야?
Monsieur Fauché did not see you helping Monsieur Mori.
He couldn't have. He wasn't there.
Indeed, Monsieur Fauché did not mention seeing Miss Nielsen or Monsieur Mori.
아, 그래? 미셸이 뭐라
Michel
했지?
saw Monsieur
아,
Mori
맞아.
carrying the crates of food alone.
그
He
나머지
walked on the
그거 아
platform.
이름이 딱
I did
헷갈려.
help Hotaru.
The entire time? He carried so many crates, his back was sore.
Ah, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm guilty. I did leave him before we were finished, but I had to. There was no saffron he needed for a recipe. I volunteered to go into Venice and get him some. The Rialto market would be open late because of the carnival. He gave me money. I knew we weren't supposed to leave the train, but I only wanted to help. Mr. Mori can confirm this. Ask him. I saved dinner.
잠깐 자리를 비웠다는 뜻이네요. 그러면.
On behalf of my palate, I thank you. How long were you gone?
I left at 9:10 p.m. and was back with the saffron around 11. That's when I called my supplier for the items I was missing.
여긴 통화 기록 같은 거 살피면
Miss
좀 될 것
Nielsen
같긴
had
한데.
almost 2 hours to buy the saffron, find a costume, kill Monsieur Wadi, elude Detective Locke, and make it back to the train for that phone call. Yes, it's possible that was enough time. Thank you, Mademoiselle Nielsen. That is all for now.
Sorry again, Mr. Poirot. I hope you enjoy tonight's dessert.
의상치 않아. 음. 어...
I do not
아니야?
think that's the right answer. I must admit I'm not right this time.
아 이거 담배 둘이야 그러면? 그러네. 르르든.
No, not good. I must admit. Any of the three staff members had the opportunity to kill Ratchet when Monsieur Michel wasn't watching the hallway. That's the right answer.
셋 다 그거다. 알리바이가 애매하다. 근데 약간 이게 뭐라 해야 되지? 그냥 느낌적인 느낌인데 그러면 첫 번째 살인사건일 때도 약간 얘네가 용의자가 될 수 있었는데
Come to Poirot, my
그럼 약간 또
exquisitely
끼워 맞춰진 거
sculpted
아니야?
friend.
그냥 아다리가 잘 맞았던 거 아니야? 그걸 어디서 얻어야 될까? 이런 뭐지? 포탈로 저거 상자 열려면 어디서 템을 얻어야 될까? 호시한테 말을 걸어봐야 되나? 창고 같은데 설마 뭐 있나? 설마? 딱히 보이진 않고. 나 다음 뭐 해야 돼? 302호 302호실에 자기 전용 1번 시카를 보관해놓고 시카 대신 쓴다고 한다. 302호로 아까 내가 본 게 그거 아닌가? 이거 디저트 보니까 나도 다 달달한 거 먹고 싶다. 음, 302호실. 방금 바닥에 뭐 있단 말이야?
A black feather. That reminds me of something.
이런 거는 진짜 좀 못 보고 건너뛸 수도 있을 것 같은데? 이거구나, 칼이. 무슨 뜻? 상호작용이 안 되는데? 뭐 어떡하라고 이거 그래서? 아, 이걸 일로 열어야 되고 이것도 일로 열어야 된다고? 아. 잠깐만. 아, 이게 안 움직이지, 안 움직여짐, 이게. 다시 맨 처음 상태로 돌려보자. 그러니까 얘를 아래로 내려야 된다는 거 아니야, 그죠? 그럼 얘를 왼쪽으로 밀어야 된다는 소리지? 그럼 얘를 치워야 돼. 얘를 치려면 여기를 치워야 돼. 여기를 치려면은 여기를 치워야 돼. 이게 아기가 안 맞는데? 이 꽃 모양은 뭐지? 아, 무슨 뜻? 아, 무슨 이거 이쪽으로 밀란 뜻 아닌가? 이 화살표 방향이? 어? 아, 이렇게도 밀 수 있구나. 아, 이 꽃을 다 보이게 해야 되나 보다. 아.
It's still locked. I need to move the parts on the side.
해야 되지. 어. 오케이. 오케이. 아, 여기 있었구나. 아, 그래.
An object that looks like a broken comma. It must be part of something else.
아니. 아니, 무슨 이거를 여기다 숨겨놨어, 얘는. 아우.
Colteria Venezia.
다른 카레는 뭐 없겠죠?
Sushi knives. Razor sharp.
다 보긴 봤나 보다.
Sushi knives. Razor sharp.
Razor sharp.
Sushi knives.
Sushi
Razor
knife.
sharp. Sushi knife. Razor sharp.
수시 나이. 이제 모리한테 가서 물어보죠. 그럼 또 화내겠죠? 내 방을 뒤지신 거예요? Did you 어쩌고 저쩌고 my room? My knife?
I'm sorry, Monsieur Mori, but haven't you forgotten something? You haven't told me about the knives hidden in your room.
Ha! Yes, indeed.
Ha.
I forgot to tell you about those. They are my
이거
personal
무섭기네.
knives.
까먹었어요.
I only use these knives. There are none better. I bought them all in Japan. No one is allowed to touch them except me.
내가 건드렸네. 이거 불하잖아.
I'm afraid you are better at sushi than lying.
What? What do you mean?
고텔레리아 베네지아.
One of the knives has an inscription Coltelleria Venezia. Did you happen to go shopping tonight, monsieur?
Damn you, Poirot. Very well. One of my sushi knives has been missing since the night of the murder. I thought you were going to believe I killed Ratchet. He routinely sent back my dishes to be ruined. Why does God give rich people the money to afford the best cuisine, but not the palate to appreciate it? I panic. I know a very good store in Venice. I went to buy a knife to replace the one that had gone missing.
칼 내려놓으세요. 칼 내려놓으세요.
I wouldn't be accused. I assure you that I had nothing to do with any murders.
I would have an easier time believing you, monsieur, if you put that knife down.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
What time did you leave on your little shopping trip?
I left around 9:30 p.m. I was back a little after 11:15 p.m.
Time enough to stab Monsieur Wadi and return. Very well, Monsieur Maury. That's all for now. If I have another question...
아이 직원들도 말 졸라 안 듣네. 어? 직원실에 가만히 있으라니까 씨. 허락받고 갔다 오는데 장밖에 없어. 나머지는 진짜 말 졸래 안 듣네 진짜. 어? 끝나고 일 끝나고 가는 시간에 방에서 술 마시면서 포커 치질한다 씨.
Et voilà.
방에 있으라니까 자꾸 어디 갔다 오질 않나 말없이. 말을 하고 가든가. 선 보고 후 행동하란 말이야. 왜 자꾸 멋대로 행동하는 거야 멋대로. 음. 204호실에 있었나요? 몇 호실에 있었더라? 그 형사? 음... 105호실이구나.
What have you been doing, Poirot? I am completely in the dark.
I will shine some light on the situation, my friend. I have 3 new suspects who could have killed Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi. Miss Nielsen, Monsieur Fauché, and Monsieur Maury. They all had periods of time during both murders to commit the deed, and their alibis are weak. A visit to family, and not 1, but 2 shopping trips.
But
But
all are my employees.
Alas, yes, my dear book. But we have no proof against any of them. None of the 3 appears to have any motive whatsoever.
But this is a tragedy.
Do not give up hope. We will catch this murderer. There is still one place that may hold the evidence we need.
Geneva.
Exact.
Do not give up hope. Well, that's easy for you to say. But what if it's Freya? What becomes of dessert? If it's Soda, who will cook? Me? And the worst, if it's Jean, who will serve the drinks?
I've been checking up on the Banque du Lac. I had to confirm my identity for Interpol, so they contacted my captain at the Berkshire Police.
I suspect he was not pleased.
That my vacation was actually an unofficial investigation? I'll say.
I would be happy to speak to him on your behalf.
Thank you, but he'll get over it. It's a chance to close the books on the Armstrong kidnapping. He stopped yelling, asked for a report, then granted me an extra week.
Excellent.
Excellent.
What did you learn from Interpol about the Banque du Lac?
It's had a bad reputation for over a century. Customers have included the mafia, Nazis, corporate swindlers of every description, even heads of state.
It is true, this. It is the worst kept secret in banking. They take advantage of the bank's strict policy of protecting the anonymity of its clients. This is in defiance of many laws from multiple countries, including Switzerland itself. Of course, I have never taken advantage of such a corrupt system.
이렇게 잘하다
That
근데.
goes without saying, my friend.
There are ongoing investigations, subpoenas, court orders. The bank will eventually have to comply, or its assets may be seized. But until then, it still thrives, thanks to its wealthy and powerful clients.
It sounds perfect for the late Monsieur Ratchet. Do you have any ideas?
The serial numbers from some of the bills match those from the Armstrong kidnapping. We agreed in Venice that the bulk of the money must still be physically in the bank's vault.
I concur, Detective Locke.
Concur.
Exemplary work. So, our next task is clear.
Our next
We need
task is
to get
clear.
into Ratchet's safety deposit box.
There will be codes, passwords.
And Monsieur Wadi would, of course, have known them all. The bag of money he carried is proof of that.
We'll need to find information about Ratchet's box in Wadi's office at the bank.
Most assuredly, but remember the secrecy involved. I doubt his office will contain all we need. Where else must we dig?
집 찾아야지. 집. 라켓의 집. 와디즈의 집.
I'm right again.
Mr. Wadi couldn't keep all of his secrets at the bank. Hopefully we'll find something in his apartment. We already have his address thanks to his passport, and his keys we retrieved from his body.
The train stops in Lausanne at 8 a.m. But that's far from Geneva. I can delay the departure until 11 a.m. No later. The police are expecting us in Paris by the end of the afternoon at the latest. They won't tolerate any delay.
The bank doesn't open until 9. I can see only one way that gives us a chance to be on time.
배겠죠?
Ferries travel between Lausanne and Geneva, but it would take over 3 hours. We can't depend on finding a faster boat. Better to take a taxi and pray traffic is light.
아 그래? 달라져서 선택해야지.
The best thing is to separate. One of us searches his apartment, the other searches his office. To access the safety deposit box, we need to find the key, the box number, and the passcode.
Suppose you find all this. How do you plan to get into the vault?
영장 들고 가야지. 이거 탑승하는 거 맞아?
My captain suggested an international warrant to search the box, but the warrant would take days, and the bank would probably just laugh at it.
We are going to use the bank's anonymity policy to our advantage.
And the quickest way is for you to impersonate Ratchet.
I would rather impersonate Jack the Ripper, but in the interest of justice, I will do it.
We need to find the account number.
Along with everything else.
I will say I want access to the vault. They don't ask for papers or even names. The vault information is enough.
I'm not hearing any of this. I run a train company. I don't rob banks.
Perfect. Let's recap the plan.
택시를 타고 제네발 가서 갈라진 다음에 서로 이게 좀 뒤인가 보다. 이건가? 택시를 타고 제네발 가서 금고 정보를 찾고 갈라져서 뭔가 아닌 것 같은데?
I do not not think that's the right answer.
아, 딱 봐도 뭔가 아닌 것 같아. 이게 금고에서 은행에서 만난다며 달라지는 거 언제 달라지지? 아, 이 금고 정보는 갈라져서 사무실과 아파트 선택해서 금고 정보를 찾고.
This is wrong. But I'm never far from the truth.
아, 금고 정보를 찾고 그 다음에 다시 은행에서 모여. 그 다음에 4층을 해서 금고를 시작하면 되겠죠? 오케이.
That's the right answer.
To sum up, we're going by taxi to Geneva. Then we'll split up. You're going to search Mr. Wadi's apartment. I'll search the office at the bank. When we have all the information we need, you pretend to be Ratchet, and we can finally find out what Ratchet is keeping hidden in his safety deposit box.
It sounds impossible.
Not for Detective Joanna Locke and Hercule Poirot.
We should get some rest.
You are right, Detective. We face our greatest challenge tomorrow. Together.
Greatest challenge tomorrow. Together. 챕터 완료.
9 o'clock. Our driver did well. It took barely an hour to get here from Lausanne.
But we must conclude our business in 1 hour as well. Book can only hold the train until 11 o'clock.
1 hour to find the key of Ratchet's safety deposit box, the box number, and its passcode. A lot to ask.
Indeed, which is why we must split our forces. I will take the cab to Monsieur Wadi's address. You must search his office.
I have you on speed dial. And thank you, Mr. Poirot,
For what, mademoiselle?
for trusting me.
말은 마세요. 아하. 실제로도 막 영장 나오는데 막 며칠 걸리나? 그러겠죠? 그러다 놓친 사건들 많겠지, 실제로도. 현실적으로는 바로 가는 게 맞는데 이 게임이잖아? 우리는 여기에 숨겨져 있는 수염을 또 하나 찾아야 되지 않을까요? 아니다, 가자.
You there. I have an appointment with Mr. Wadi.
Let me check. I'm sorry, I don't see any appointments this morning at all. Mr. Wadi hasn't even arrived yet. Although he should be here by now.
Even though your customers are anonymous, considering the amount of money involved, you should still have a mention of a meeting.
Yes, I can't understand it. I'll be sure to ask Mr. Wadi when he arrives. In the meantime, you are more than welcome to wait in his office. I'll see you're not disturbed. Please follow me.
Good. 알겠으니까 좀 빨리빨리 좀 걸읍시다. 알겠으니까 걷는 속도가 너무 느려요, 아줌마.
I can't understand where Mr. Wadi might be.
You're right. I don't have much time at all.
찾아볼까?
It's closed.
여기 열쇠를 열어야겠네, 그러면.
A souvenir tower of Babel. Makes sense. We know that Mr. Wadi is from Iraq, and the ancient tower is said to have been built there.
이거 무슨 뜻? 아니, 이거 무슨 뜻인데? 아니, 이거 뭐지, 이거? 어? 이 인과관계를 잘 모르겠는데? 한 줄로 쭉 맞춰야 되는 건가? 아닌데? 나만 모르겠어요? 이 인과관계, 이 규칙성을 나만 지금 이해하기 힘든 거야? 여기 동그라미밖에 없잖아. 아니 뭐가, 아니 이거 IQ 테스트야 뭐야? 아니고 뭐지? 아, 어, 뭐지 이게? 뭐지? 한쪽으로 뭘 하잖아. 아니네. 어... 음... 규칙성이 뭘까? 나 잘 모르겠는데. 어... 거. 와, 나 감이 아예 그냥 아예 감이 1도 안 잡히는데. 아니 인과관계가 뭔지 하나도 모르겠어. 하나만 볼까 힌트? 이거만 보는 게 아니라 다른 데를 보고 와서 이걸 여는 거겠구나.
Alice in Wonderland again. Mr. Waddy seems to have really liked this book.
그 생각을 못했네. 하긴 저것만 가지고 푸는 게 아니라 다른 데를 보고 와서 그 다음에 이걸 푸는 걸 수도 있겠어. 수염이다.
A gold mustache. Thank you very much.
A gold mustache.
Locked.
여기 잠겼어?
I'm taking a picture of it. I'll send it to Poirot. It might be useful to him.
뭐라고 썼는지 모르겠다.
I need the password. Maybe Poirot can help me.
하하하 무슨 뜻? 아 전화하라고?
I managed to get into Wadi's office. I did a quick preliminary search. Everything is locked, including his computer. All I could find was a photo with a date on it. I just sent it to you. Maybe you can use it.
Thank you. That might help. I've just arrived at the apartment. I'll call you when I find something.
As quick as you can. I can't stay here long.
이제 시점 변경해서 여기서 이제 아까 그 얻은 사진으로 뭘 하겠죠?
This is definitely not Monsieur Wadi's apartment.
어디서 아파트먼트? 여기네요.
Ah, here we are. Let's see if the key I picked up in Monsieur Wadi's luggage in Venice will open his door. Great.
Great. 다시부터. 왜냐? 수요 미스 가능성이 제일 높음. 그렇지?
You'll never have too many of these.
수요 미스 가능성이 제일 높죠?
A dart. A familiar projectile found in any pub in England.
그래? 뭔데 이거? 저 가려진 부분을 뭐 어떻게 또 알아야 되나?
I think this belongs here.
어? 어? 여기도 뭔가 좀 알아야 될 것 같은데? 그냥 하는 거 아닌 것 같은데?
The key to the password is close. I can feel it.
12월 18일 오후 10시 베니스에서 만나세요. 엽서 술 먹고 50개 이탈리아 원래 생각났네. 새 비밀번호는 1865년 9판 88 91 94 96 98 88 91 94 96 98. 저 책 9판 뭐라는 거지? 아까 여기서 봤던 거. (3) 어? 91페이지 여긴데? (3월) 토끼. 읽어봐야 되나? (3인데) 하나는? 8891 아, 나 까먹었어. 숫자 몇이었더라? (88쪽) 8891 9496 8 89 90 91 안 써있잖아. 3땡9 6 만. 아, 나 이렇게 난독증이, 이렇게 기억력이 이렇게 거지 같지 나? 기다려보소. (88쪽) (91쪽) (94쪽) 88쪽 열었을 때 3이 있죠? 그 다음에 이게 89쪽, 10쪽, 91쪽. 근데 91쪽이 없잖아 지금. 이 얼룩을 지울 또 무언가가 있어야 되나?
This computer won't give up its secrets easily. A Swiss and Arabic keyboard.
아, 아까 그 사진에서 이거 뭐 해야 되는 거 같은데?
Staring at the clock won't help, Poirot.
오!
A bizarre endgame to be sure, but I suspect checkmate is possible for white in 3 moves. Let's see.
아니, 문 누가 두드렸는데 이거 어떡해. 살짝 보였어. 살짝 봐야 돼. 연애 그냥?
Who are you? What are you doing in there?
I am Hercule Poirot. I am working with the police. You are Monsieur Wadi's neighbor?
Yes, next door. I heard a noise. I thought it was Mr. Wadi.
고라
who
느낌
had
너무
come home.
심한데?
I don't know him very well. A delivery man left a package for him with me.
I need some hard evidence to prove he's lying. What evidence can help me prove he's lying? You don't know your neighbor very well.
Yes, what of it?
You say you don't know Monsieur Wadi when you live right next door to him?
I keep to myself. What of it?
That may be true. Geneva is a big city. How is it that Monsieur Wadi has a picture of you on his desk? There is quite a family resemblance. You wouldn't be his brother by any chance?
Why are you going through his things?
As I told you, I am working with the police.
All right, yes. I'm his brother, Mehdi Wadi. Do you know where he is?
I am very sorry, sir, but I have some terrible news for you. Your brother has been murdered. You have my sincere condolences.
Oh no. Aziz, my wife, my son, their hearts will break. Everything he did was for his family. He brought us here from Iraq to give my son a better future. We can't go back. You won't. You won't.
Do not fret, Monsieur Wadi. I do not want to cause trouble for you and your family. I am here to catch his murderer. When did you last see your brother?
2 days ago. He was on his way to Venice. It was not a journey he was looking forward to. I knew something was wrong, but he promised all would be well soon. My son will be heartbroken. Aziz made a point of reading to Fadi every night so he could learn English. We hope to legally emigrate there one day.
Your son, Fadi. What did Monsieur Wadi read to him?
His favorite book is Alice in Wonderland. The nonsense of it all. Why?
It is the answer to a question I had. I believe your brother was a good man, forced for some reason to keep secrets, and that got him killed.
Sir, There is something else. Aziz left me a letter to open if anything should happen to him.
Could you show it to me?
Yes, I will get it.
동생아, 레쳇이라는 남자가 은행을 찾아와서 나한테 불법적인 일들을 시켰어. 너랑 너희 가족을 죽이겠다고 협박하면서. 멜디, 만약에 내가 참혹한 실수를 발견된다면 이 사람 짓이니까 경찰에 익명으로 신고해줘. 망쿠드라크에 있는 레쳇의 안전 근거 정보도 같이 넘기고. 계좌번호는 82664야. 그 다음은 경찰이 알아서 할 거야.
It all makes sense. It's horrific. But to Ratchet, it would be just business as usual. At least I have Ratchet's account number, 82664.
계좌번호만 알려주래. 비밀번호도 좀 알려주지.
Thank you for giving me this letter. Let me assure you, the man Ratchet cannot harm you. He was killed before your brother was.
Really? Who did it? The one you say hunted Ratchet?
Yes, without a doubt. I promise you I will find them.
Sir, we have no papers. The police...
Your secret is safe with me, monsieur.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, I must go to my wife and son. Tonight, I will read to Fadi from Alice in Wonderland, and we will remember my brother.
책 좀 주시겠어요?
I need to notify Mademoiselle Locke that I have Ratchet's bank account number.
책 좀 주시겠어요? 책 빌려줄 수 있나요?
That may be useful to Mademoiselle Locke or me. I'll take a photo.
이게 끝인가? 뭐 없죠 이제? 뭐 들어가지래?
Staring at the clock won't help, Poirot. This could be the password to Monsieur Wadi's office computer. He must change it every month. It seems to have a logical sequence, but I need to find the one for December.
난 모르겠는데. 3610 어? 무슨 규칙이 있을까? 땡. 3795 6480 1759 5286 아, 노트 필요할 것 같은데, 이거. 규칙이 뭘까? 아? 6월에서 7월 갈 때 곱하기 2 곱하기 2 곱하기 2 하면은 6되고 14라서 4고 18이라서 8이고 10이라서 0이고 곱하기 2 하면은 12인데 왜 1이지? 그게 아닌가? 그게 아닌가? 그럼 7월에서 8월 갈 때는 규칙이 뭐야? 음, 5, 3, 7. 어렵네. 뭘까? 둥두둥둥. 뭘까? 어, 음. 뭐지? 잘 모르겠는데? 아니, 이 정도는 뭔가 내가 찾을 수 있을 것 같은데. 아, 이게. 음. 규칙이 있는데. 잘 모르겠는데. 왜, 왜 저렇게 되는 거지? 이거 연관성 있어. 이렇게 더했을 때 12, 12, 14, 14, 6, 16, 8, 8, 10, 10, 2, 12. 근데 그게 어떻게 된 거지? 10, 12, 12, 14, 4, 6, 16, 8, 18, 10, 10. 아, 10월이니까 곱하기 이게 2 곱하기 2 하면 18이죠? 그러니까 8이 나오게 한 거야. 뒤에 8. 곱하기 2 하면 20이니까 10이 나오게 한 거고, 22니까 뒤에 2가 나오게 한 거고, 24니까 뒤에 4가 나오게 해야 되는데 10. 근데 여기도 10, 10인데 이거 어떻게 해? 그러니까 24가 나오게 하는, 뒤에 4가 나오게 하는 더하기 조합이 엄청 많잖아. 이걸 어떻게 하지? 12, 14, 6, 8, 10. 아, 뭔가 다 온 것 같은데, 이게, 아. 아, 다 온 것 같은데, 이게. 다 왔는데? 아, 다 왔는데, 아? 아, 다 왔는데. 아, 조금만 더 가면 되는데. 뭐지? 아, 왜, 무슨 숫자 조합이 나와야 되지? 왜 6월은 저걸까? 거의 다 온 것 같은데 이 다음에 안 되네. 하나만 볼까? 하나만. 각 줄은 논리적인 순서로 연결되어 있다? 이거 아니 이게 힌트냐 이게? 딸은 사선으로 읽어한다고? 그렇구나. 7, 8, 9 3, 4, 5, 6 6, 7, 8, 9 1, 2, 3, 4 0, 1, 2 3 휴맨디가 3 7, 8, 9 0, 1 여기는 뭐야? 그럼 맨 왼쪽은 뭐야 그러면? 아 3, 4, 5, 6 6, 7, 8, 9 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 0, 1, 2, 3 맨 끝에 3이고 7, 8, 9고 1인데 맨 왼쪽은 뭐냐고. 맨 왼쪽은 뭐야 그러면? 진짜? 그래서 아까 그 조합을 쓰면 되는 건가? 12 이거? 0 9잖아. 0, 9, 3 0193이지. 0193 4 되고 01 5네? 5193이네?
If that's the password to the computer in Monsieur Wadi's office, we still need to translate the Arabic characters. And there weren't any Arabic characters on the office computer's keyboard. We need
어지럽다.
to find out which keys these Arabic characters correspond to on a Swiss keyboard with its Latin characters like the one in Monsieur Wadi's office. That was easy.
어지러웠다 진짜. 아 진짜로. 저 대각선이 저거 왜 안 보이지? 와. 저게 왜 안 보였을까? 뭐 놓친 거 없지?
This keyboard should help me translate this code.
C야? 아, R이구나. A지 이거는. P. F. E인가?
Arabic is read from right to left, so
그래?
the password must surely be read that way too. With any luck, this will unlock the computer in Monsieur Wadi's office. Let
아랍어는
me
오른쪽부터
text it
읽어?
to Miss Locke. I'm right again.
심상치 않네. 다음. 이거 어떡하지? 저거.
Make certain you have accomplished everything in here. You will not get another chance.
아니 이거 나 아니 이거 88페이지, 91페이지, 94페이지, 88, 3 이게 오른쪽에 90페이지고 91페이지가 이제 나와야 되는데 이거 지울 거 뭐 있어야 될 것 같지 않아요? 그죠? 이 다트도 뭔지 모르겠고 반대쪽에서 또 힌트를 가져야 되나?
Ah, the peculiar habit some people have of displaying things on the door of their refrigerator. I've just sent a photo to you in case it might help you.
Thank you.
I texted Ratchet's account number to you.
Wonderful.
Did you receive my text? This must be the password to Monsieur Wadi's computer.
I have it. Thank you.
Thank you. (23F9P1AOR) (23F9P1AOR) P1 A O R 계좌번호 뭐였더라? 82664.
The number of Ratchet's safety deposit box. At last. I should let Mr. Poirot know.
4346. 아! 아, 여기 완성본이 있었구나. 3, 4 3, 4, 9 3, 4, 9 96페이지 맞는데? 3, 4, 9 98페이지에 숫자 관련된 게 있나? (88페이지에) 3. 그 다음에 91페이지에 4. 적어놔야겠다. 3 4 핸드폰에 적어놔야겠다. 88페이지 3 4. 그 다음에 94페이지에 9. 그 다음 96, 98페이지 96페이지는 없는데? 저 반대쪽 책에 있나? (98페이지에도) 없죠. 일단 여기까지만 하고 됐고, 이제 이 합을 풀어야 되는데 그 탑 아까 사진 찍어준 거 어디서 와? 아까 탑 사진 찍어준 거 어디서 봐? 뭐야? 아니 저 탑 사진 아까 줬잖아. 일단 저 Y부터 깨보자. 이게 킹이야? 올바른 수를
No, I did something wrong.
저기 있는 거를 지금 옮기라는 뜻이구나.
No, this isn't it. Think.
아니 비숍
Nice.
그럼 폴한테 먹힐 거 아니야? 이게 왜 나이스야?
Come on, Joanna. That's a rookie mistake. Excellent. I don't need Mr. Poirot to tell me I'm wrong. Okay.
나만이 안가?
The detective gets it right.
나만이 안가나? 나만이 안가나? 아까 비밀번호 알지 않았어? 아, 이게 책 얻는 거였지.
I was able to access Mr. Waddy's computer. I have Ratchet's safety deposit box number.
Excellent.
아니, 바벨탑 이거 뭔데? 잠깐만. 아까 여기 그 96페이지 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 96 6 98페이지. 98페이지 없는데? 이 다트는 또 어떻게 해야 되고? 아 잠깐만. 나 이거 오케이. 또 답답한데?
Mademoiselle Locke, how far along are you?
Still not very far, but I'm not giving up.
사, 3, 4, 6. 이거 아닌데? 아니 저 탑 금고번호잖아 이거는. 아니 여기 8페이지 안 열려있던데? (3인가) 3월 (3인가)
I don't need Mr. Poirot to tell me I'm wrong.
뭔데 저 하나? 왜 2지? 3, 4, 9, 6 왜 2야 마지막 거는? 여기 2가 안 나와 있던데? 아니 왜 있지? 아까 저 책에도 2 나와 있었어?
Locked. It's closed.
이가 있었나?
Password. Here it is. That's it.
책 보는 건
No lucky mistake
알겠는데
there.
2가 있었나? 아니 탑 이거 어떻게 안 그리고? 아, 둥근 네모, 동글 네모, 네모. 동글 네모, 둥글 네모, 왼쪽 네모 가운데 동그라미 둘. 그 다음에 오른쪽 네모, 왼쪽 네모 둘. 어? 왜 이게 아니지? 왜 이게 아니야? 오른쪽 동글 아, 오른쪽 원툴인가? 오케이.
A key. I wonder if it will fit the desk drawer.
저 다트는 어떻게 하냐? 뭐 어떡하라고? 뭐 어쩌라고? 뭐 어쩌라고? 전화해야 되나?
I think I've discovered Ratchet's safety deposit box passcode.
Well done, Mademoiselle Locke.
이 다음 또 막막하네. 아, 여기 아까 2가 있었어, 맨 끝에? 아니, 2가 어디 있는데, 98페이지에. 여기도 2가 없는데? 나 모르겠네. 나 모르겠다. 아, 모르겠다. 나 모르겠어. 아니, 다트는 이거 어떻게 함? 아, 아까 그 3번 옮기는 거 이걸로. 아. 야, 이거 기억 안 나지, 나. 아니, 이거 어떻게 이거 아까 기억해요? A 모시기 그거? 나 기억 안 나는데? 잠깐만. 아니, 이거를 좀 볼 수 있게 하고 그 다음에 해야 되는 거 아니야? 검정색 A87 B7 검정색 A8 7 이랑 B7 D8A6 D85A6 D D A B C D 8 86 A 5였죠? 어? 뭐야, 흰색 다트가 D5658 D58A6 ABCD ABCD D 5였어. 6이 아니라 D5 D58A6 아, 이거 뭔데? (3496이) 저건가? 아니 겁나 긴데? 7글자인데? 뭐지 이거는? 하나 뭐야? 나 이 다음 모르겠어. 어떻게 해야 돼? 뭐 해야 되는지. 이거 비밀번호 7자리인데?
The man was
Still not.
아니 이거는 어떻게 어디다 쓰는 거야? 아니 저 펜이랑 이걸로 뭐 하는 거 같은데.
Those indentations are from the sheet of the notepad that was on top. This is great. All those mystery movies I watched as a kid. I know what to do.
아, 이걸 내가 일일이 손으로 한단 말이야? 뭔데 이거?
I'll send a picture of this to Poirot.
사무실에서 할 건 다 찾았나? 그러면? 뭘까?
I sent you a photo of doodles I found on a notepad. I hope it can help you.
I hope so as well.
나 모르겠어. 어? 나 모르겠다고. 아니 다음 뭐 해야 되는데? 아니 뭐 해야 되는데? 그래서 이 다음 뭐 해야 되는데? 어? 아니 나 이 다음에 뭐 해야 되는지 아예 모르겠는데?
Staring at the clock won't help, Poirot.
아니, 비밀번호 뭔데 이거? 나 진짜 모르겠다. 나 진짜 아예 감 안 오는데? 아니 이거 비밀번호 뭔데? 아니 3496이 이거 아니야? 두 개가 더 필요한데? 아 그리고 아까 애초에 그 사진 찍은 거는 진짜 어디서 봐야 돼? 아 나 모르겠어 진짜로. 아니 나 이 다음 모르겠는데 진짜로? 나 진짜 미치겠네.
This. Mademoiselle Locke.
Still.
나 모르겠다. 여기서 더 찾을 게 있다고?
I haven't finished what I had to do here yet. It's closed.
저 문양은 뭔데?
Those indentations are from the sheet of the. I'll send a picture.
어? 아 진짜로. 아 진짜 이 다음에 뭐 해야 될지 모르겠어. 근데 진짜 이 다음 뭐 해야 되지? 아니 저 금고 저거 어떻게 하는데? 안전금고 열쇠는 저 다트게임과 관련이 있을 것이다. 아니 3496이가 아니잖아. 아까 눌러봤는데. 방금 저 문양은 또 뭐고 그 그림 그렸을 때. 아니 이 게임은 이게 문제야. 이 다음에 뭘 해야 될지 모르겠어. 안전거 있으면 저 다트게임 관련이 있을 것이다. 다트게임 했잖아. 그리고 열었잖아. 와, 나 미치겠네. 아, 나 미치겠네. 나 진짜 미쳐버리겠네.
Mr. Poirot, how are you doing?
I have little to report, but keep looking.
아니 누가 봐도 이거 아트 이거 7달인데? 참사 부류기. 와. 와, 나 미치겠다, 진짜. 너 어제 아직 못 본 데가, 아니, 못 살펴본 데가 있나? 저 금고를 까야 될 것 같은데.
Staring at the clock won't help, Poirot.
분명히. 분명히 뭐가 더 있을 것 같단 말이지. 바꿔 이거. 와, 상호작은 뜨는 거 없는데. 나 정신 나갈 것 같아 지금. 아무리 생각해도 저거 말고는 없거든. 다트 말고.
Make it.
아니 근데 번호가 이게 7자리야.
Staring at the clock won't help, Poirot.
어. 없는데. 뭐지? 진짜?
The key.
진짜 아니 나 궁극기 싫은데 나도 아니 이게 아무리 생각해도 이게 모르겠는데? 아니 이거 아니 7달이잖아. 비밀번호가 이게 내 5글자인데 이게. 아니 저 왜 다트는 힌트를 안 주는 거야? 아, 나 미칠 것 같아. 이게 너무 싫어. 아, 이 게임은 이게 너무 싫어. 이 다음에 뭘 해야 될지 안 알려줘.
Still not.
아니. 아예
Time
이거
is not on my side. I haven't finished what I had to do here yet.
와, 진짜 미치겠네. 아니 다음이 뭐지?
It's closed.
아, 또 다 했는데. 나 모르겠는데. 아니 난 이게 뭔지 일단 이게 제리아인가? 이게 뭐지? 이게 뭐야? 이 문양이 뭔데?
Those indentations are from the sheet of the notepad that was on top. This is great.
이게 뭐냐니까 이게? 아니 이거 뭐냐고.
I'll send a picture of this to Poirot. Those indentations are from the sheet of the notepad. This is... I'll send a picture of this to Poirot.
어? 방금 상호작은 뜬 거 아니지? 아니겠지? 아니 나 진짜 모르겠는데. 이쪽도 뭐 있나? 와, 나 진짜 미쳐버리겠네. 오, 오,
I have.
아니 진짜 모르겠다고. 아니 비밀번호가 누가 봐도 이게 6달인데. 아니 나 미치겠네. 아니 아까 그 문양은 뭐냐니까? 아니 내가 분명 상호작용 분명 못 발견한 게 있는 거야 진짜. 그게 뭔지 모르겠어. 어디 있는지 모르겠어. 아 방에서 내가 뭐 못 찾은 게 있나? 아무리 봐도 안 나오는데? 책에 뭐가 있나? 없는데? 저 진짜 정신 나갈 것 같은데? 없지 뭐. 나 지금 공략 있으면 보고 싶을 정도야 지금. 진짜로. 아무리 봐도 안 뜨는데? 저번 열차 그때 그 이상임 지금. 아! 설마. 이제 이해했다. 아니 그 사진 못 봐? 사진을 봐야 되는데. 아니, 상호작용으로 사진 못 보? 아, 볼 수 있네. 저거대로 저걸 해야 돼. 이거대로 메모장 사진대로 이게 비밀번호 입력해야 되네. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다, 7개잖아. 그러니까 6, 1, 5, 3, 4, 1, 5, 3, 6, 8. 이게 어떻게 되지? 이걸 어떻게? 잠깐만. 이제 이해했다. 4, 1, 5, 3, 6, 8 샵? 4, 1, 5, 3, 6, 8 샵. 진짜 이거였구나. 씨.
It looks like a safe key to me. We finally found it.
다 찾았다. 가자.
Make certain you have accomplished everything in here. You will not get another chance.
전화하라고? 이거였구나.
Good news. I have found the key to Ratchet's safe.
Perfect. We're running out of time. Do we have everything?
I have the key to the safety deposit box.
I have the number of the box.
And we have the passcode. I'm on my way. Time to rob a bank.
Good.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I haven't heard from Monsieur Waddy. You'll have to reschedule with him.
This is quite annoying. I'll have to reschedule.
Absolutely. I hope I have been of service.
You have no idea.
You have no idea.
That was fast. We do this as planned?
Yes, I am, Monsieur Ratchet. But with the bank's questionable policy, I do not expect anyone to ask.
Right. Absolute secrecy regarding their clients. The last Swiss bank of its kind.
나는 앞으로 이런 추리 게임 같은 거 하면 안 되겠다. 너무 모른다. 너무 어줍지 않다. 그지?
Madame, I still haven't heard from Mr. Waddy.
Well, we'll have to make do without him. Now that my friend is here, it's his box we want to access.
And the clock is ticking. I trust there is no problem.
No problem at all. May I have your safety deposit box number?
4346.
May I see your key? Do you know your passcode?
Yes. Mademoiselle will be able to accompany me? No names, of course.
Of course. I'll open the door. Go down the stairs. The guard will accompany you.
이게 원래 실제로도 이렇게 될까? 게임이니까.
Please leave your personal belongings in this bin and then go through the portal.
야 벨트
I'll
찼는데
open it for
삑삑 소리 나는 거 아니야? 와 이런 근거 한번 실제로 보고 싶다. 뭐더라? 4346 43 43 라이트.
At last we reach our goal.
Now I will insert my key, if you allow.
Thank you.
비밀번호가 43 34962. 기가 막힌데요?
I'll be by the door should you need any assistance.
At last.
I suspect the effort will be worth it. This collection of various personal items. Do you know what they are, Detective Locke?
I do, Mr. Poirot. God help me, I do. Souvenirs. The trophies serial killers take from their victims to remind them of their kills.
Oh.
Ratchet wasn't just a kidnapper.
No, indeed. He was a monster.
참나 진짜.
For every soul Ratchet claimed, even more are suffering.
진짜 사이코패스였네.
Another trophy. We may never know how many people he killed.
이걸로 수사에 더 진전은 있을 것 같긴 해.
Diamonds.
A fortune. Crime does pay.
No, mademoiselle. This time it was the criminal who finally paid. Another trophy. A woman. We may never know her name. You were lucky, mademoiselle, when you met him at that cabin in the forest, alone.
How many victims do you think Ratchet had?
Too many.
와 거기서 로크 형사도 죽었으면은 경찰 죽이는 거는 좀 그게 그렇긴 해.
I wonder who this keychain belonged to. Certainly not Ratchet.
일이 좀 많이 커지긴 해 경찰을 죽이면.
Another victim.
Another victim.
MC. The real journalist Michael Clark. Ratchet would have needed to kill him to assume his identity. He took this ring as his trophy.
참나. 이 사람은 죽이고 신분 뗐네.
He knew the serial numbers on the banknotes could be traced. The rest of the Armstrong ransom money. The serial numbers match.
아 근데 우리나라도 이거 되나?
The one on the left. Ratchet.
Whoever he is with, their friendship seems over.
The build.
저 지폐 코드로 막 돈 못 쓰게 할 수 있나?
It could be Noah, his partner in Daisy's kidnapping.
It appears they had a falling out.
뒤에 뭐 있진 않겠다.
Another bracelet. Another victim.
Another trophy. And then there's the one that we already found, Suzanne's red glasses. 4 years of investigation. It's all over. I finally have the last piece of evidence that Ratchet was Daisy's kidnapper and murderer.
More than that, you have helped unmask a serial killer responsible for so many deaths.
But even with all this, We're no closer to solving Ratchet's murder.
On the contrary, mademoiselle, everything. It is coming together. Don't you agree, detective?
What?
The damaged photograph.
검사일 것 같아.
It could be Noah. You think Noah killed Ratchet for revenge?
아, 아니구나.
The train.
What about the train?
I know how a killer could vanish without leaving a trace in the snow.
Wings?
Camouflage. The trophies.
Poirot? We have a train to catch.
Not just a train, Detective Locke. We have a murderer to catch.
이거 뭔가 알았나 본데? 난 모르겠는데? 난 모르겠는데? 맛있겠다. 이 3명 중에 있다는 거잖아요?
Poirot, enough! You have kept us in suspense ever since we left Lausanne.
Forgive me, my friend. Detective Locke and I needed the time to put the last pieces of the puzzle in their proper places.
I'll fill in where I can, but this is Mr. Poirot's show.
I confess I can't help, but I feel a certain déjà vu.
You are correct, Doctor. We
Déjà
have
vu.
been here before. However, without you, we wouldn't have been able to reach the true conclusion of this story. My friends, your attention, please. I hope you have finished your dessert. You have every right to think the solution to the murder of Ratchet is a closed book. You are wrong. I, Poirot, admit that I was wrong.
I
There
was
is
wrong.
a final chapter.
What in bloody hell?
What does he mean? Perhaps if we are silent, Monsieur Poirot will explain.
Most of us naturally expect a journey by train to proceed in an orderly fashion from station to station. But this journey has gone off the rails. A comfortable journey, which should have been restful, turned out to be quite a challenge for my little grey cells. I beg your indulgence. I know it will be painful, but I must update you on the strange turn the Ratchet murder investigation has taken. I had two hypotheses, as you recall. A stranger boarded the train in Vinkovsky, killed Ratchet, and then exited the train unobserved. That was the first possibility. The second solution gave us 12 jurors who condemned Ratchet to death for the kidnapping and murder of Daisy Armstrong. My friend, Book, properly chose the first solution for the authorities. However, thanks to Dr. Constantine here, a 13th stab wound was discovered, throwing that solution into disarray. Moreover, the words of a witness called into question the chronology of the night of the murder upon which the first two solutions were based. Detective Locke?
Detective Rock? 여기가 제일 재밌지. 추리물은. 의혹을 제기한 증인은 누구였지?
Michael admitted to having been absent several times during the night. His absence therefore gave multiple opportunities for a 13th murderer to slip into Ratchet's room before the other 12 jurors lined up to stab him.
You are saying the man Ratchet was when we...
Yes, you executed a man who was already dead. But there were other suspects that night.
Other suspects?
Who? They stand before you. Mr.
Yeah.
Fauché, Mr. Maury, and Ms. Nielsen. And they all also had a hole in their stories about their movements that night. Mr. Poirot?
Most of you don't know it, but there was a second murder in Venice.
Mein Gott!
Another murder.
The victim was a man named Aziz Wadi, a banker in Geneva who was on the payroll of Ratchet. He looked after the money Ratchet obtained from the Armstrong ransom. Ratchet needed money and arranged to meet Mr. Wadi in Venice. One of these three knew about that money. Now, each of them had an alibi, of a sort. But if any of their alibis was a lie, that person had time to murder Monsieur Wadi, Monsieur Fauché, Mademoiselle Nielsen, and Monsieur Maury. One of you murdered Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi.
Are you kidding? I pour drinks for our guests. I don't murder them.
It's nonsense.
It's
You
nonsense.
are accusing me because of my knives?
But why would one of my employees kill Ratchet?
No.
아니야?
Think, Joanna.
돈 때문이야 그러면?
The killer's motive for killing Ratchet was revenge, but not for Daisy's death. The motive for Aziz Wadi's murder was also revenge. Mr. Wadi was helping Ratchet.
Ratchet had an accomplice in the kidnapping named Noah. They kidnapped Daisy together. Ratchet stored the ransom money in a Swiss bank that protected anonymous clients. He forced Monsieur Wadi to watch over the money. Once enough time had passed, Ratchet felt it was safe to have Monsieur Wadi bring him cash whenever Ratchet needed it.
The serial numbers of the bills would still be in a file, but no one would be actively checking it.
Precisely. But Ratchet didn't just keep the ransom in his safety deposit box. There was something much worse. There was something much worse than Daisy's ransom money in that safety deposit box. During her investigation, Detective Locke found evidence proving that Ratchet was what is known as a trophy killer. He kept souvenirs of his crimes. We found trophies in the safety deposit box. There were others in a cabin Ratchet used in the Berkshire Mountains, including a beloved toy of little Daisy's.
If I'd have known that, I would have cut the bastard's head off.
레튼 살인의 동기를 제공할 만한 물건 두 가지로 연결 진짜? 두 가지?
I must admit I'm not right this time.
뭐지 그러면?
I do not think that's the right answer.
하나가 뭐야 그러면? 왜 가죽 팔찌 이거야?
That's the right answer. The bracelet found in the safety deposit box was also on Noah's wrist in a photograph. It's obvious Ratchet killed Noah, and therefore, at last, I can tell you with absolute certainty who the murderer of Ratchet and Monsieur Wadi is.
그러면 노아랑 관련된 인물이겠네. 잠깐만 나도 모르겠는데.
No, this doesn't help.
팔찌는
This isn't the right evidence. That doesn't prove anything.
뭐 여자야 그러면? 팔찌.
Mademoiselle Nielsen has the same bracelet as the one found in the safety deposit box in Geneva. A trophy from a victim of Ratchet. Noah.
Having a similar bracelet doesn't prove anything.
Yes, that might be true. If there were not an inscription on it.
Mr. Poirot, you're right. The bracelet looks similar to mine, but I have no idea what the marks on it mean. I just like the design.
The marks are not random, mademoiselle. These are special bracelets. They are called Morse code bracelets.
아 진짜?
Because, well, you know why. The marks are Morse code. Happily, I learned Morse when I was a young man doing my service for the Belgian army.
야 장난해. 점점 브레자?
Et voilà. On the bracelet found in Ratchet's safety deposit box was the name Freya.
아 프레야.
In Morse code. Your first name. It belonged to your father, Noah. Noah Nielsen. Let's stop playing this little game, mademoiselle. What does
Wow.
yours say? Noah?
It says father. Ratchet. That bastard. He kept my father's bracelet as a trophy.
Thank you. I have to admit your timing for Ratchet's murder was perfect. Do you mind if I continue?
Would it matter? Go ahead. You've earned the right to crow.
I do not make bird sounds, mademoiselle. I take no pleasure in this.
숨겨진 범인이 또 있었구만. 어떡해. 부크 이제 디저트 못 먹어서 어떡해.
You drugged Ratchet's dessert to ensure he would be unconscious when you went to his room. You stole a knife from Monsieur Maury. If it was identified as the murder weapon, he would be accused. You knew Pierre Michel would leave the train for a smoke whenever it was stopped at a station. At Vinkovsky, you waited until he was on the station platform. Then, you carefully made your way along the first-class corridor to Ratchet's room. You entered Ratchet's room with the pass key. Accessible to all employees in the crew quarters. You stabbed Ratchet at midnight.
But that knife, where is it?
Probably thrown out of Ratchet's window before the train left the station. A thorough search after the snow melts should turn it up.
와.
My beautiful knife.
아우 씨.
Then, you carefully returned to the crew quarters, replaced the passkey, and returned to your poker game. Et voilà. The affair was not so complicated in the end. But what made the crime seem more complex? Well,
It was us.
exactly. The 12 jurors who proceeded to carry out their far more complicated plan literally in the dark without realizing that the man was already dead.
Speaking only for myself, of course, but I believe we would have invited you to join us.
Ms. Nielsen, you killed Ratchet because he killed your father. Your motive is crystal
찾아고 했을
clear.
거래.
But why did you kill Aziz Wadi?
It's because of Aziz that my father died. My father knew Aziz was the only one with access to Ratchet's safe, so he convinced Aziz to steal the money from the safety deposit box. But Aziz was too afraid of Ratchet. Instead, he betrayed my father by reporting him to Ratchet. Obviously, Ratchet then murdered my father. Aziz was just as guilty of my father's death as Ratchet.
Ratchet was the worst of humanity. But Monsieur Wadi, If you knew his story...
My father is dead because of him.
I will not debate the point with you, mademoiselle. He had done nothing to justify his death. I do not see any extenuating circumstances that should allow you to escape justice. You will be arrested at the Gare de Lyon when we arrive in Paris.
Judge and jury are you, Monsieur Poirot. And you get away with it. It must be nice. But think of this. I know what you did. What you all did.
She's right. She could turn us all in.
Relax. Hector, is it? Your secret is safe with me. I'm not going to jail.
어?
Farewell, Poirot. Enjoy your victory.
갑자기? 갑자기? 갑자기 도망친다고? 아니
Yeah, don't jump. You're going to die.
I've made my choice. We'll let fate decide.
No!
에? 이걸 내려? 아니 이걸 내려?
She jumped off the train. Even if she hit the water, considering the height, I doubt she survived. And with this tunnel, either way, she's gone, Poirot.
와. 아 갑자기 이걸 뛰어낸다고 진짜로? 아 챕터 이름이 신뢰의 도약이야. 신뢰의 도약. 미치겠네.
I still can't believe what happened. 13 people took revenge on the same person. This investigation is so incredible. It almost looks like a detective story.
It would surely be a bestseller. It is true that this case will remain as one of the most important investigations of my career.
My only regret will be that I couldn't bring Ratchet to justice, but I can finally close this chapter of my life.
Your determination paid off. You can be proud of yourself.
You can be
I think
proud
we'll be
of
arriving
yourself.
in Paris soon.
If you will pardon me, Detective Locke, I have to settle a few details with Monsieur Bouc before we arrive.
Please, go ahead.
잠깐만 신규 의문 발견이라고?
I still can't believe Freya was the killer. She never even cheated when we played poker.
She used too much sugar.
Nonsense! Her desserts were divine!
Unfortunately, her actions were not so divine.
There you are, my friend.
Bouc, I have a favor to ask.
Anything.
When we arrive in Paris, will you speak to the police? I would rather keep a low profile.
But why?
Bouc, my first solution was incorrect.
Nonsense! The nuttier the mystery became, the greater your brilliance.
Please.
Very well, if you insist.
I want to thank you, gentlemen, for your service. The cuisine. Under difficult conditions, you surpass the reputation of the Orient Express.
That is true.
I look forward to seeing you again abroad, Monsieur Poirot. I promise, not all of our trips are this eventful.
Princess Dragomirov would like a word with you, Monsieur Poirot. It is important. She is waiting for you in her compartment.
When a princess summons me, how can I refuse?
뭐야 갑자기 왜 불러? 여기서 더 있다고 무슨 스토리가? 아니 여기서 스토리가 더 있다고? 아유 둘이 아주 꼴값을 떠세요. 에휴.
Ah, Mademoiselle Debenham et Captain Arbuthnot. Allow me to congratulate you on your upcoming nuptials.
I hope you won't be too disappointed if you're not invited.
Archie, really. Thanks to Mr. Poirot, there will actually be a wedding.
As you say, my darling. Sorry, old man, and thanks for everything, including finding my train ticket.
이 사람 티켓 안 찾아줬으면 오히려 어떡하지? 계획이 실행 못하는데? 이래가지고 살인사건이 안 벌어. 아 그래도 어차피 제가 죽였겠다. 저 디저트 만드는 저 파티시아가 죽였겠다. 밖에 배경이 이제 눈이 녹은 걸로 바꿔.
Haha! Golden mustache.
또 재밌네요. 아 근데 수염이 이게 나 아직 이거밖에 못 찾았는데 내가 그렇게 많이 놓쳤나?
Count Andrigny, how is the Countess?
Much better now that it's all over. I misjudged you, Poirot.
And I you.
There is something else about my wife you should know. Why I am so overprotective.
She is pregnant.
You are quite the detective.
Actually, Dr. Constantine told me. She admitted as much when he was attending to her.
If it's a girl, we are going to name her Daisy. If it's a
아들이냐
boy,
푸아로야?
Hercule?
he'll be stuck with Rudolph. It's a family
아니네.
tradition.
I wish you and all of your family much happiness.
Thank you.
설마 아들이면 푸아로라고 하냐? 아, 푸아로라고 할 줄 알았네. 짐 정리하는 중. 이제 근데 열차에서 이제 열차는 이제 곧 내릴 것 같긴 한데. 뭐야 이건?
My daughter, my great friend, and I wanted to talk to you one last time. I speak on behalf of the entire Armstrong family, as well as those close to us. You have shown compassion. We know your reputation, and we understand that your choice was not easy for you. We are all the more grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations, my dear. You managed to say the word thank you, although he did manage to put us through quite a lot.
You have given us all closure and some peace of mind.
You should know that I regret nothing. If this Freya Nielsen person had not been involved, I would have done it again.
Someone told me the Stalinists were frightened of you. I believe them.
The country of my birth breeds its share of brutes and bullies, but also some of the greatest intellectual and artistic minds the world has ever known. I pray that one day we will again be remembered for that.
I share your hope, Princess.
약간
And
게임
of course,
제작사가
the real
전하는
murderer of that
메시지
man
같은데
out
이거.
there somewhere. We are no longer guilty of much. Correct?
Princess, don't push your luck too far. If you'll excuse me, I have some packing to do. Ladies?
마지막에는 저게 그 전달하는 내용인 것 같은데요. 약간 지금 요즘 그 최근에 그 전쟁 상황에 대한 메시지 같아요. 아무래도 저 공작 부인이 러시아 거니까. 뭔가 주방에 있을 것 같긴 한데 수염 하나 그냥 가자.
At the end of this investigation, I still have my doubts. Did I make the right choice with the 12 self-proclaimed jurors?
야 이거 무슨 선택지냐? 영사할 거냐 말 거냐 물어보는 거야? 이거는 약간 좀 그 작품을 꿰뚫는 그거라고 볼 수 있겠는데요. 이 플레이어들한테 어떻게 생각하냐? 걔네들 풀어준 게 맞는 결정인가? 아니면은 틀린 결정인가? 어렵다. 아 원작에서는 풀어준다고 하거든요. 아 세이브가 안 돼. 된장? 되나? 안 되네. 와 이거 어떻게 해야 되냐? 아니오라고 한번 해볼까?
I will always have doubts about my decision, but I intend to move on. As for Mademoiselle Nielsen, what would I have done if she had not escaped? Having everyone arrested, I ignore the extenuating circumstances of the murders. What a dilemma.
이런 거 물어보는 거 좀 좋다. 작품에
Judges
대해서
often take motive
생각하게 하면
into
되네.
consideration when deciding the sentence for a crime. You are not a judge. Your job is to establish the facts, which you have done. The case has been solved. Another already awaits you. It is the reason you were on this train. It is time. Time to move on.
Time to move on. 며칠 걸린 거야 이거. 와 길고긴 여행이었다 진짜. 한 명씩 얘기를 또 나눠봐야겠죠? 설마 수염이 여기 떨어져 있다고?
Monsieur, you can't pass.
I
이
hope
사람들한테
you will travel with us again, Monsieur Poirot.
Monsieur Poirot, I spoke with my associates. I convinced them to give you a deal on our new Firenze SUV. No need to thank me. It's the least I could do.
That is very generous, but no, I do not drive.
You don't? What? But it's electric. It's good for the planet.
I am good for the planet, as long as I don't drive.
I don't understand. He refused.
너가 차를 좋아하니까 그렇지. 운전 안 되잖아. 여기 있네.
Another delightful trophy for my collection.
Poirot is a nasty man. Poirot is a nasty man.
I wonder where Princess Dragomirov's bird can have heard that. Have you lost something? May I help you?
Oh, Mr. Poirot, you have done so much already.
What is it you have lost?
My friends, we are traveling to Poland to help with children. We were to meet at an information booth. But where do I get information on how to find an information booth?
There is, I believe, an information booth just inside the main terminal.
Oh, thank you, sir. You are a great detective.
And you, madame, are a good soul.
아이 뭔가 근데 여기서 끝날 것 같지가 않냐? 뭔가 더 있을 것 같은 그런 왠지 모를 불안함.
Hey Poirot, say, have you seen a scruffy little guy in a green trench coat?
I cannot say I have. Why?
He's my next case.
Another case? That was indeed fast.
A detective's gotta eat. You know what I mean.
I have some idea, yes.
Suspected embezzler, traveling east, but out on the Orient Express. Say, you wouldn't be interested in teaming up, would you? Some good money in it.
I have had enough of trains for a while, thank you.
Okay, suit yourself.
하겠냐? 하겠냐? 너 같으면 하겠냐?
Mr. Poirot, Mr. McQueen here thinks he may know an attorney in the Berkshires who might need a gentleman's gentleman.
He's old school English. I think the clock stopped for him in 1934.
I hope it works out for you, Monsieur Masterman. What about you, Monsieur McQueen?
Well, back to law school for me, following my father's footsteps. We can take the train to St. Pancras, then the Piccadilly line to Heathrow and check out some flights.
Might as well. We're already packed.
I wish you both bonne chance.
로스쿨로 돌아간다. 능력 있네.
Ah, Poirot. Mission accomplished. I have reported to the police that Freya Nielsen killed Hatchet and that she escaped. They're issuing an international arrest warrant. There's a canal that runs alongside the tracks where she jumped from the train. But they say there's little chance she survived. The police have questioned all of the passengers and crew, so for now, they are free to leave.
I gave them the results of my preliminary autopsy, and they have the report from the Venetian authorities. They were arguing about jurisdiction when I left.
Thank you, Doctor. You have been of inestimable help.
A fascinating
Inestimable help.
I'm pleased I could assist you.
Mr. Poirot, it seems our paths part here. It was an honor and a pleasure to work with you.
And I am with you, Detective Locke. The case would have been impossible without your tenacity and dedication to finding the truth. You also proved to be an able con artist in Geneva.
You too. Thank you for everything. I'll never forget you.
And I shall always treasure our collaboration.
이게 일반 스토리 게임이었으면 둘 사이에 썸씽이 있었겠죠?
That's that. I'm hungry. Let's go to the Wagon Rouge restaurant. They make an excellent leg of lamb.
But it's only 5:34 p.m. Is food all you really think about, my friend?
I'm the one inviting you. You've well deserved it.
You well deserved it.
I'm warning you, I'm not going to obtain for you a secret recipe this time.
Poirot, they make a chocolate mousse that is so creamy. It must have a secret ingredient in it.
The last recipe came from a murderer.
But it was sublime.
But it was supreme. 아, 끝이네요. 재밌었다. 뒤에 너무 뭐지? 소설 원작대로만 가면은 좀 재미없으니까 좀 밋밋하니까 뒤에 살짝 추가 스토리 살짝 가미한 거는 나쁘지 않았어. 근데 좀 너무 약간 끼워 맞추기 느낌이 좀 있긴 했어요. 아예 12명의 범인 살인 12명의 사람들이 찌르기 전에 계획을 하기 전에 애초에 전부터 죽어 있었다. 좀 말이 안 되긴 하죠. 애초에 그거에 모르는 게 죽어 있는 사람 찌르는 게 말이 돼? 맨 처음 찌른 사람이 이상하게 했지. 찔렀는데 아무런 반응이 없었어. 나든지 아무리 자는 사이에 찔렀다고 해도 좀 약간 어거지로 끼워 넣기긴 했는데, 그리고 또 따로 추가한 거다 보니까 그냥 결국 범인 찾게 된 계기가 결국 그거였잖아요. 팔에 있는 팔찌의 모습으로. 좀 너무 좀 그렇긴 했어. 뭔가 없긴 했는데 그래도 뭐 나쁘지 않았다. 재밌었네요. 책 읽은 사람이 하면은 좀 흥미 떨어지긴 할 듯. 저는 안 읽어가지고 아예 모르는 상태에서 했으니까 와 12명의 공범이었어? 이거에 감명받을 텐데, 아는 사람이 하면은 내용 알고 이미 좀 스포일러 다 당한 사람들이 하면은 좀 흥미가 좀 떨어질까? 떨어지지 않을까? 아니면은 오랜만에 옛날에 읽었다가 오랜만에 한번 하면은 또 트릭 같은 거 까먹었으니까 좀 가물가물한 느낌으로 하면 재밌긴 할 텐데, 그래도 전체적인 게임성도 나쁘지 않았어요. 중간에 음악 같은 것도 좋았고 재밌었는데 너무 불친절했다. 만약에 못 찾기 힘든 것, 내가 멍청한 건가? 내가 멍청하고 내가 관찰력이 떨어진 걸까 게임이 불친절한 걸까 그거는 이제 보시는 분들이 판단해 주시기 바랍니다. 내가 멍청하고 내가 관찰력이 없던 걸까 아니면은 이 게임이 불친절한 거였을까? 생각보다 금방 끝났네? 런던.
Dear Poirot, I didn't really have time to say goodbye when we parted. I thought I had beaten the greatest detective in the world. But you unmasked me. I still had my revenge, though. I even managed to help myself to a small amount of cash from Waddy's bag before you interrupted me in Venice. It will be enough to settle somewhere in a quiet little town where I will create delicacies for prospective clients. You won't hear from me again, nor will Booth get any more of my recipes. Oh, and one last thing. You may not think so, but I truly believe Ratchet and Waddy got their just desserts. Regards, F.
You, mademoiselle, are entirely too pleased with yourself. You give clues no one could follow. Unless they are Hercule Poirot.
살아있었어. 와, 아니 어떻게 살아있지? 거기 뛰어내렸는데? 재밌네요. 아, 재미있었습니다. 내가 많이 수염을 많이 안 주었구나. 네, 오리엔트 살인, 특급살인 여기까지. 플레이시가 가격대는 한 33,000원이었나? 그렇고 제가 좀 전을 좀 구운 것 치고도 12시간이면은 막 볼륨감이 엄청 많은 느낌은 아니었는데 그래도 뭐 재밌었네요. 원작 소설을 알고 보면은 조금 흥미가 떨어질 것 같긴 한데 모르고 하면은 좀 충분히 재밌게 즐길 만한. 그리고 충분히 이제 그 플레이어가 추리를 할 수 있을 만한 그 요소를 많이 던져주는데 솔직히 이게 너무 복잡하긴 해. 그러니까 이렇게 추리물에 대한 그 뭐지? 좀 흥미가 떨어지는 사람들은 저도 솔직히 그렇게 흥미가 많은 편은 아니거든요. 그냥 이런 거에 놀라는 걸 좋아하는 거지 막 추리하는 과정을 즐기는 편은 아닌데 저처럼 이렇게 추리하는 과정을 즐기는 편이 아닌 분들은 약간 좀 어려울 수 있어. 나도 솔직히 좀 읽으면서 하면서 뭐지? 긴가민가 한 게 좀 많았어. 근데 이제 좀 막 하나하나 따져가면서 알리바이를 끼워 맞추고 이제 실제로 막 범인을 추리하는 느낌으로 이런 추리물을 즐기시는 분들은 굉장히 재밌게 할 수 있었을 것 같아요. 그리고 이게 진짜 알리바이가 이게 좀 뭔가 이 둘이 맞고 이렇게 하는데 알고 보니까 이 뭐지? 그 약간 그런 거 있잖아요. 마피아 게임에서도 항상 그런 거 있잖아요. 나랑 얘랑 같이 있었어. 둘이 페어 해가지고 막 이렇게 맞추잖아. 근데 알고 보니까 뭐 둘이 막 알리바이 맞춘 그 둘이 공범이었다. 약간 이런 경우도 많은데 이 게임은 아예 그 12명이 공범이어가지고 서로 이렇게 말을 맞추니까 이게 되게 어려웠을 텐데 어려운 느낌이었는데 이거 진짜 만약에 소설책으로 만약 그 당시 딱 출판됐으면은 진짜 확실히 센세이션하고 그리고 마지막 결말에 이제 결국 그 12명 전부 다 그 경찰 뭐지? 고소를 때려버리는 게 아니라 이제 용서해주는 약간 그런 느낌으로 합의 보는 그런 결말도 좀 나름 흥미로웠네요. 오늘은 우리한테 특급 살인은 여기까지 하고 마무리하겠습니다.